Oh, I am really excited about the theme of tonight's show. We're not just drinking beer tonight. We are drinking beer with a theme. It is the Rock and Roll Happy Hour on Alt 94.9. It's Jeremy. With me, as always, our San Diego indie beer evangelist, Mr. Ken Wright, looking ravishing. I see you picked a new
That's
location,
because
Ken.
I'm backlit. You can't see my face.
Yeah.
Works like a charm.
I mean, you almost look like one of those commercials where we have you obscured, but you would have to see the video to understand since we're live via Zoom in my East County garage, because that's how we keep this show going on. Tonight with us from Burgeon Beer, we've got Mackenzie and Matt. Welcome to my studio. Welcome to the program. I don't even know what it is anymore.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us on. It's good to be in the garage.
Just push the junk aside, mind the engine, and whatever you do, don't pet the cat. I got to stop by your tasting room earlier this week and pick up beer for the show, and I will say it was my first time ever being in your tasting room. Can I just say that you have one of the most gorgeous tasting rooms ever, with the big tree and just the way it's laid out. I almost felt bad that I was just grabbing beer and driving back to Lakeside. It's fantastic.
Thank you. It's it was a real labor of love. Anthony, Derek, and I built out that tasting room ourselves. We actually got all the wood from up in Cuyamaca. So one of our investors owns a bunch of land up there, and all the wood that we got actually burned down in the cedar fire of '03. So there's a bunch of dead trees up there, and we took those trees, cut them down, and repurposed them, and created our entire tasting room out of it.
And
Wow.
it fits the Burgeon Beer logo, because I mean it's you've got a really cool pint glass with the tree roots coming out of it, and it's just, I don't know, it was something magical about it. It's almost like walking into the Fae of beer.
I'll say, like, one of the things about our brand itself and the logo, like those three different components in the logo symbolize really everything we're all about. So you've got beer right there at the core. Beautiful rays of sunshine here in San Diego. So, love our community here. And then the roots are how, symbolize how passionate we are being in nature. And that's kind of what we did with the tap room, was bring the outdoor beer garden inside. And now we're excited to have the opportunity to actually bring it outside on the weekends.
So I want to talk about what you guys are doing, because everybody's got a different strategy on how they're dealing with these times of COVID. But I want to start with our first beer, because you talk about your passion, and it all revolves around what we're drinking tonight. We've got pale ales. All these are pale ales we're drinking tonight, aren't they?
Almost all of them.
Almost all of them.
All of them except for one.
So we're going to start off with, what would you call this? What was it? You said in the email, Mackenzie, push for pails. Is that what it was?
Yeah, this is our new campaign. It's the brainchild. Matt came up with it the other day, and we're like, yes, absolutely. We are like, the beer that our entire crew reaches for all the time is like undoubtedly a pale ale. I mean, it's the favorite style of the brewery right now. And we want to make that known to San Diego and produce more pails and get people on board with us.
All right.
I think it was more of a selfish kind of thing too, where we just love pale ales. We love the balanced beer with not the high ABV, and something more drinkable with the San Diego lifestyle.
Yes.
And
That means tonight we can drink all four of these beers in total.
Oh,
Thank you.
Totally.
exactly. Yeah, so that's our push for pails was kind of rooted in the fact that we create a lot of pale ales, and you see IPAs just lapping them on the board every single time. It seems to be a style that hasn't been as sought after here in San Diego. People love IPAs, people love hazy IPAs, but pale ales kind of have been a little bit swept under the rug with the new excitement around IPAs and hazy IPAs. So we want to really do a big push and get people excited in pale ales again, about a more drinkable beer with the same flavors, but a more balanced beer as well. So that was kind of the thought behind it.
oh, this is an incredibly drinkable beer, and it's. Is this only Mosaic, or you got other hops in here?
It's 100% Mosaic. So it's Mosaic and Mosaic Cryo.
Ah, I was going to say, because there's a different texture in terms of the hop profile, and I think it's the cryo hops that give it that. It's almost that extra little in the gut.
Yeah, exactly. It gives a little bit more of a zing too. And it's super light, super easy drinking. Carlsbad Crush is just incredibly aromatic, incredibly flavorful, and then it finishes clean and light on the palate.
Oh, is this a year-round beer for you?
It is. It quickly became a year-round beer. We brewed it, I think, a little over a year ago, and we liked it so much that we just made it our core pale.
Oh God, this is perfect for the hot, sweaty garage. I'm really enjoying this. And
Good.
I noticed when I picked it up, it was in cans. How many beers are you canning right now?
So we have several different core beers in cans. Then we come out with new special releases almost every 2 weeks, almost, it feels like.
Yeah.
And Mackenzie is designing all those cans, so it's nice that we have her in house because she's just cranking those out.
These are so pretty. I mean, I want to put the empty ones up on my shelf, just like in my dorm room.
Well, we definitely, with our cans, it's a collaborative effort. We all go into the concepting and all that stuff, but especially with Carlsbad Crush, we wanted something that reflected that, like, it's so bright. It, like, the blue kind of hints at the blueberry that you might get on the nose with this beer that kind of comes from the mosaic hops. Makes you think about drinking a crush as like the waves are crashing around you or something.
Yeah. We want the cans on the outside to match what we feel like the beer should be like on the inside. So this one's bright and vibrant. And
I just realized I'm drinking the wrong beer, but it's really good too.
Typical Ken.
Yeah, I'm drinking the Stars Align, and it's like, I'm just not getting a whole lot of mosaic out of this one.
Ken,
there's none in there, yeah.
Save that because
too.
that's what we're gonna drink next.
Gotcha. Sorry, I'm a little winded from running down into the canyon to retrieve my Easy Up that just blew away.
Speaking of canyon, you've got the winning view today, that's for sure. Looking behind.
It's winning and windy.
Still, man, to wake up and see that, you look like you should be walking through the hills singing "The Hills Are Alive" with the sound of Ken Wright.
My HOA has done a cease and desist on that.
Every morning for 6 months straight, he sang that damn song.
I bought a special Swiss Miss dress just so I could do that. So disappointing.
Video proof. I need to see actual footage of this.
Unfortunately, I think all that video has been destroyed.
Deepest corners of the internet.
In the dark web somewhere, there's pictures of Ken in that dress. One other question: when it comes to availabilities of these cans, are we going to find a lot of these out in retail? Do we have to come to you to get them?
Yeah, that's a good question. Most of our core cans are out in retail stores, so we're in, I think, almost every single Vetmo location. We're in all the Whole Foods locations, Barron's, Sprouts, a bunch of places like that. And then if you want to find the one-offs, we do distribute those sometimes to like little one-off liquor stores.
Well, the name is apt to the beer, Carlsbad Crush, because mine is crushed. So I think we'll start the program off with something that Mackenzie wanted. Rick Astley, I believe. It's the Rock and Roll Happy Hour on Alt 94.9.
Woo!
That's awesome.
I've got my glass all ready for the next beer.
Perfect.
You're good to go for Stars Align.
Yeah, I was watching you pour it. I'm like, oh God, what beer is that? What beer is that? Oh, it's hazy. It's hazy.
Mine looks different. It's all a trick of the camera.
Oh Lord.
I just thought it was because it was backlit.
Well, it's funny because I'm trying to show the camera on the can of Carlsbad Crush on my green screen. And when you do that, because of the color and the chroma key,
yeah, it gets black.
It literally, I can make myself disappear with it.
The middle of the can does not exist.
This middle doesn't. It's kind of like the middle of me. It doesn't exist. I don't worry about that part of my body. It's just arms and legs.
Yeah. I feel like that's the beer bod, though, right?
That's right.
Yeah, I told my wife the same thing.
Don't worry about the belly. It doesn't exist. If you don't believe in it, it can't exist.
Yeah. I have a baby. It's like a big beanbag for her. She loves it.
It's like mine will jump on me and look at me and go, Daddy, how come your belly's so big? Thanks, sweetheart. Appreciate that.
Are we getting a new brother or sister?
No. Daddy just spends a lot of time in the garage working and drinking beer.
I'm unfortunate Mike can't talk yet, so that's the benefit there, I guess.
All right, so I'm gonna circle back around on Push for Pails. Let's hit Beer to Go and the weekend beer garden with those stars aligned. This is one of the new ones, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we've got a lot to talk about. So as Ken right now has the correct beer in his glass.
Yes, it's much more opaque than the last one.
It is the Rock and Roll Happy Hour on Alt 94.9, drinking with Mackenzie and Matt from Burgeon Beer Company in Carlsbad. And we're drinking pale ales tonight. It is their push for pails as they're exposing us to some of the amazing beers that can be pale ales instead of drinking crazy IPAs or anything else. Just a kind of a return to the roots of what made us all fall in love with craft beer. I mean, for a lot of us, it was Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. So this is kind of like, remember when you started drinking and you experienced this level of flavor? So thank you for that. And as we experience the next level of this hazy pale ale, I'll ask if we want to get these beers from you guys. I imagine with COVID, your tasting room's a little screwy right now. You probably don't have a food truck there all the time, and I don't know what the outside parking situation is. What's the best way we can get beer from you guys?
Yeah, we've been trying to make lemonade out of lemons right now and just trying to figure out what to do. And so as of right now, we are doing beer to go from the tasting room Monday through Thursday. And then on the weekends, we have a food truck lined up, and we actually set up an outdoor beer garden in our front parking lot. So we built a bunch of new tables and things like that. It's actually a really nice beer garden with tons of tents. We have a great food truck, and it's been working out pretty well so far.
I love that you're the where you guys are is cool enough to let you take over the parking lot and do a beer garden. I can't imagine if your tasting room looks that cool, even a pop-up beer garden in your parking lot is going to be an amazing place to sit down and have a beer.
Yeah, we were lucky. A lot of our neighbors, too, are fans of the brewery, so they weren't too upset with us closing down on the weekends. And they usually just work Monday through Friday, so we were able to get some wiggle room there.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank God they didn't let the yoga place take over the parking lot. I really don't want to see all those people doing a downward dog.
Actually, if you think about it, if you join it together and you have yoga on one side and beer on the other, I mean, you could have yoga and beer and yoga, depending on, whether or not you want to put your peanut butter in your chocolate or your chocolate in your peanut butter.
I can think of combinations, but we're really fortunate that we have the most amazing neighbors who allowed us to take over that space. And the energy that we felt the second people started coming in, like last Friday, 2 weeks ago was the first time we did it. And that day was just like so exciting for us because we missed being able to see people in person. And now to be able to see them and be outside and enjoy the sun and the summer and some craft beers together, it's been really, really nice. We've loved having people back.
Well, our next beer is a brand new one for you guys, isn't it? Stars Align Hazy Pale Ale.
Yeah, another one that Mackenzie designed, and this one is 100% Galaxy.
Ooh, it's going to be quite the shift from the Mosaic. Ken, Galaxy hops, what do they usually impart in terms of flavor?
Galaxy is an Australian hop, and what I typically get out of Galaxy is just a real resiny orange flavor. I mean, that I don't know if that's the classic description, but that's certainly what I get when I drink Galaxy. Some stone fruit, some tropical, but man, I just get this orange, almost orange Julius kind of zang to it.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. I get that orange Julius, a little bit of that tropical with the pineapple in there as well. And I do get some of that resiny kind of quality as well in there.
I would say that pineapple and resininess together, that is what's the majority of what I'm getting. And the mouthfeel on this being a hazy is different than like a hazy IPA. I don't know if it's the difference in malt between an IPA and a pale. It's just it feels lighter. It feels less like, I'm not going to finish this glass.
You will finish it. You can't not finish it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's a lot easier to drink than a normal hazy IPA, where I feel like each sip is taking me further down, especially when it's hot. This is almost and I hate to use this term, but it's almost Gatorade refreshing.
I love hearing that.
No, well, I was thinking Sunny D, and I didn't want to say that because not everybody's as big a fan as I am. But yeah, it's chuggable, very chuggable.
It's got that soft kind of pillowy mouthfeel, but then it's super light. It's not that gut bomb that you really get.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what we're going for with this push for pales thing too. Like we love West Coast IPAs, we love hazy IPAs. This, being able to take the style into the hazy form here is really exciting for us. And this is a beer that you can get like on draft and Crowlers and Growlers in our tap room right now. So
Awesome.
Usually like to drink more than 1 or 2 beers, so the pale ale is really helping with that.
I love the fact that everything's
the theme for tonight's show, because tonight will be one of those rare occasions where I go home and I'm not forced to sleep on the couch because of my bad behavior.
Can you say go home like you don't just shut off Zoom and then walk into the back door?
Yeah, go home and go through the kitchen door. Yeah.
Is this your first hazy pale you've made, or have you made other hazy pales?
We've done others in the past. This was one that Anthony really wanted to create just with the single hop variant. So you could really, the nice thing about pale ales is that we can make it a little bit more simple and elegant. And that's why we just single hop this one with just Galaxy. So you can really get the full.
Yeah, the Galaxy just really sings in this beer. It just such a great example of the hop. And yet, as you said, not overwhelming. I mean, you just want to keep going.
Can I space out with you on the can real quick? Because the art, you've taken the carbonation and the bubbles, and you've kind of turned it into this Galaxy-esque looking can, and then right on the side, hops, Galaxy, malt, 2-row, pale wheat, carafoam. That's it. You've literally listed all the ingredients of the beer on the side of the can.
Which looks like a lava lamp.
No, it looks like a Galaxy. Look, you gotta turn it. I just want to keep turning the can while I'm watching it.
It's like going to the planetarium.
There was definitely some lava lamp inspiration in the concepting of this one. Definitely some like Milky Way galaxy from very far away from like the color palette, So
like a Pink Floyd laser light show right here.
You slayed it. And while Ken and I will trip out on the can and finish the rest of Stars Align Hazy Pale from Burgeon Beer, we're going to take a break. When we come back, some really trippy tunes to go along with this beer, man. And we've got another one coming up next. It's the Rock and Roll Happy Hour on Alt 94.9. Hey, bro, let me ask you a question. You ever see the stars? You ever see the stars on weed?
Yeah. Have you ever stared at one of these cans on weed?
Oh, God.
Mackenzie, I got to tell you, when I went to Jeremy's yesterday and picked up a 4-pack of each of these cans, and the first thing I noticed was this is the prettiest 4-pack I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my God.
I don't even want to open them. But I did, and I have no regrets.
Well, thank you so much for saying that. I really appreciate it. It's a fun thing to be able to work with the team and talk about, because we talk a lot about the beer itself and the ingredients and the result that we want to pull from each brew before we dive into the can artwork, because we want the two things to like really exist in the same ecosystem and represent each other. And so it's really fun to kind of dive into that with all 3 owners and just like all put our heads together and come up with something fun.
Yeah, no, she's talking really PC right now. She does a really awesome job.
It's not
just trying to give you guys some credit. Well, you guys are great helpers.
We don't do shit. She does it all. We're just like, here, make a can, and she makes it look beautiful.
It's not on the air, but it is on the VOD. I will say, when it comes to benchmarking like can labels, Modern Times is like here. You are par with them in terms of your can design. 100%.
Thank you. That means a lot to hear. We as a team. I can't wait to share that with everyone else. That's awesome.
No, but really, it's identifiable where I can see both those cans on the shelf, and I know whose is whose.
You always know that it's a Burgeon can.
Yep, and it's not just the logo on it. You can tell just by looking at it. It's not only really good beer to drink, but it's also aesthetically pleasing. Like Ken said, I want to put it on the shelf.
I like the font you guys use too. I don't know what that font is, on your logo, but it's just fun. It's just fun. It's not pretentious. It's not too artsy. I'm not going to call out specific breweries. That would be mean. But
ones that you might have used to work for.
It's without pretense and makes me want to pick them up.
Well, this next one I feel like I want a print of, or at least the JPEG, so I can use that as a background for some of my Zoom calls, because I love this can art for this next beer. Is this next beer a new one?
Yep.
Okay, this is the new one with Faction. Cool.
Wait, what is the next beer? Just so I don't get lost this time.
Subtle variants. You can...
Hey, shout out.
All right, so we got the oh yeah, you know what? We're gonna save the tasting room and kitchen for our teaser break, since we've got 4 and we've got 5 breaks total, 4 beers and 5 breaks total. After we do subtle variants, we'll talk about the tasting room and kitchen plans in Little Italy and opening up that next year. And hold on.
Hello.
Oh, we've got a pupper here too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bo, Matt's dog is he an Australian Shepherd?
Yeah, he's an Australian Shepherd.
Oh, that's what this dude is.
Yeah, you got a black tribe. Bo's a blue merle. Bo, you want to come say hi?
You guys are talking all kinds of like crazy Greek to me right now.
Yeah, come up. Come on. Want to say hi?
I'm feeling bashful. I don't want to say anything. I did see him in the back.
You mind if he comes up?
Oh no, not at all.
I don't know if you can see him.
I'll get him a treat. We're obviously a dog-friendly office when we've got treats stowed in the. Bo, up. Come on,
buddy. Bo. Come here, Bo. Come here. This side. Come on up. I'll just grab him. Come here. Come here, Bo.
No, don't do it.
He's like, I don't want to come up.
Here, buddy.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, pretty dog.
That's Bo.
All right, cool. Now that I've taken care of family business, let's get into our next beer. Boom, 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 and Mark. Oh, excuse me. Tonight's theme, the push for pails with Burgeon Beer. It is the rock and roll happy hour on Alt 94.9. It's Jeremy with me, as always, our San Diego indie beer evangelist, Mr. Ken Wright. We've got Mackenzie and Matt from Burgeon Beer Company in Carlsbad. We're drinking some of their amazing brews. Just wrapped up a really cool can. Stars Align Hazy Pale Ale started off the program with the Carlsbad Crush Mosaic Pale. If you notice, it's push for pails for a reason. We're talking about drinking a lot of pale ales. It's a beautiful thing. And the next one we've got is another new beer. And you guys did this in collaboration with Faction Brewing, right?
Yeah, Faction Brewing is one of those breweries that loves to push for pails as well. They have, I think, like 6 pale ales on tap at all time. And they're a brewery that we really looked up to, too. So we were excited to do this pale ale with them.
How did it come about? Who emailed who on doing this? And I mean, how did you do this in this crazy ass COVID environment?
So it was a digital collaboration. So Anthony, before COVID hit, went up to San Francisco with one of our sales reps, Caesar, and they went to Faction. They talked about there, and
all the love for Caesar, by the way. All the love for Caesar.
Caesar. God, I dream of that voice when I go to sleep at night.
What are you talking about, Ken? I'm always here talking about you in my dreams.
It's a perfect spot on
Really
Caesar.
good Caesar, yeah.
So yeah, they went up there and they talked about doing a collaboration, and then this whole pandemic hit, and we were just waiting for the opportunity to brew this beer with them, and we decided, why not do a digital collaboration? So Anthony and Roger worked on the recipe. They built it all together. And then we kind of just Skyped in and brewed the beer together.
It is insane. I mean, I guess I really can't say too much because we quite literally bring this show to the air via Zoom while we're all in our own respective places. So it's not too far of the imagination that you set up a camera and a mic in a brew house and you can do a collaboration beer on both sides. So did they brew a version of this on their system with you at the same time?
It wasn't at the same time, I don't think. I think they brewed it within a day of when we did. But most of the planning with collaborations is in advance. It's building out the recipe. And what we did is we built out the same exact recipe at both locations, and that's the whole subtle variance of it. Is you're going to see the difference just in different brew styles and techniques. So we've had both side by side, and we're kind of encouraging people to get both so they can have them side by side to taste the quote unquote subtle variance.
So you've got Mosaic, Simcoe, and Nelson hops, 2-row light crystal carafoam. You guys both used the exact same ingredients, just in different styles of the brewing process.
Exactly, same ingredients, same percentages of those ingredients, just different processes. And there actually is a decent difference between the two.
I would love, man, I wish I had the other one to try because I really enjoy this. As a pale ale, you're getting what you would expect. You have that slight amount of malt that hits your tongue, but you've also got this delicate balance of hops that go against it. And it's not overpowering to the point where it's an IPA. You're just getting enough to let you know that those hops are there. And it's almost kind of like this interweaving flavor profile where you get a little of one hop, and as that dies off, the next one comes up behind it, and then the next one comes up behind it.
Yeah, this is one of those beers that to me just I realize I use the word too often sometimes, but it's perfect. It's harmonizing. Everything is just harmonizing on this one brilliantly, just brilliantly.
Thank you, Ken. That's why we like pale ales, because we do have a little bit more of a malt backbone for the hops to shine in this beer, and they're well balanced with the two because you get that almost that sweetness from the malt that accentuates the flavor of the hops, and it has this balance where they kind of just play really well together.
Yeah, and this is a West Coast pale ale, so it's clear, and it's one of those things because we last tried a hazy pale ale. I think Faction does not brew any hazy, right? That's their thing.
I think they might have.
Yeah, I love you guys, but good for them.
But you know what? We love that.
Ken's a purist.
We love it, and we love coming together with folks who
That's awesome.
have a different approach as far as the variety of beer that they make, but come together in this one style. And what you said, Ken, is perfect. I really do think there's a lot of harmony there between two breweries if you get the chance to try them side by side as well, not just with the one. So it's a fun.
And what I love is that you have a brewery that specializes in these just incredibly delicious hazies, partnering with a brewery that doesn't do hazies. In this time of national faction and divisiveness, this is what we need, people. Everybody coming together.
Are you done on your soapbox?
I made myself cry. Sorry.
I love that.
And that's the great thing about beer is it brings people together, not only people but breweries too. And it doesn't matter if we have different styles or preferences or what we believe in. We can all work together. We can all brew together. And we're all in this to really just better the craft.
That's awesome.
Well, I
love it.
I will say this. This is so good. You're going to have to do this again because my glass is empty, my can is empty, and I want more.
I accept your challenge.
Oh, with that, let's play this. When we come back, well, we'll talk about some other things that Burgeon Beer's got coming up. It's the Rock and Roll Happy Hour on 94.9. Yeah, seriously. Chugged the whole thing. I didn't want it to end, but I didn't want to stop.
Yeah, this one's kind of our road to more of a classic pale ale with malt backbone, but it's still really light and easy.
Yeah, that is wonderful. That is just wonderful.
All right, so we're going to do a teaser break here and talk about venturing off from the pales and going toward this hazy double IPA, son of a bitch.
There you go, Ken. Hazy Dippa.
Happy hump day.
Yep, here we go. And then
Are you gonna play? The Night Sweats?
Oh, son of a bitch! Hell yeah!
Yeah.
I haven't played Nathaniel in a long time. He's got a whole bunch of new music right now that he did solo. I'm actually gonna stall for time for a second since it looks like my wife is gonna go get some stuff done. And she's, one of the things about broadcasting from the garage is you have to deal with cars.
We see a big light shine on you, we'll know what's going on.
Exactly. God, no! Reverse! Don't drive forward!
Lighting.
Hoochie Mama!
All right, she is rolling out, which is perfect. All right, cool. Bum, 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 bum. Or is she? Oh, she's showing off. She's not leaving. She's just showing off her new car. Get out of here.
Oh, she had a new set of wheels?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll tell you the story in a second. I'm going to shut the garage door just to cut down on noise.
Shut. I love this whole Zoom subculture that has arisen in the last 4 months.
Yeah, it's crazy. I know it's this. I mean, this we were just talking about it earlier. There's like a different talk track that everyone has. Just the interactions with people is so different. But you're also reaching out to people that you probably never didn't talk to as often, and you're just doing it via Zoom because that's a normal thing now. It doesn't matter how far away they are.
And you do the whole thing while not wearing any pants.
Yeah, 100%. Well, yeah. Well, wait, never mind.
Which, by the way,
all right.
Don't stand up.
Let's. I can't remember the last time we talked to you guys. Did we tease the tasting room and kitchen in Little Italy, or should we just treat this as new?
It was right before anniversary.
I don't think we were talking. We didn't talk about it then.
Cool. Then I'll just set it up as something brand new. Oh, excuse me. Here we go. All the things you find out while you're hanging with your friends drinking beer. It is the Rock and Roll Happy Hour on Alt 94.9. It's Jeremy with Ken Wright and our friends Mackenzie and Matt from Burgeon Beer. Something they let slip is something that I'm really excited about because you guys have your tasting room now in Carlsbad, which is amazing. And especially the fact that you have a beer garden kind of open air on the weekends. But you're also developing something right now in a different part of town, aren't you?
We are. This is something we've been working on for the past almost years now. We've been looking for a tasting room, and we just got a location not too long ago down in Little Italy, where we'll be doing a tasting room and a full kitchen as well.
Wow.
Get out of here.
Yeah. So all the beers will be paired with different food items. Chef Chewy from the Good Seed Food Company is going to be running the kitchen down there.
No way.
Yeah.
And we're going to do all the special releases down there. We're calling it the Arbor. So we have a big trellis that we're putting in there with a bunch of vines hanging down. It's going to be beautiful.
Oh, man.
See, I love the ethos of the beer and the company itself, but you add that to food and beer together. Oh man, it makes me want to cry. That is magic. You got Chef Chewy who's curating it all. Get out of here. So
Crazy.
Obviously getting it up this year is probably going to be a stretch. When are we looking at probably seeing this open up?
So yeah, COVID has definitely delayed the plans a little bit, and things are taking a little bit longer with the conditional use permit through the city. But that being said, we're probably looking at end of this year, early next year.
I could enjoy your food in December possibly. I'll take that. Or, in 2021, which literally will everything will start up again anyways, right? Because this year just needs to get yeeted at this point.
I just like the fact that you guys have given me something to really, really, really look forward to. That's awesome.
I can say it right now. You'll probably be the first place I go out and eat at when this is all said and done, because I haven't been out for a dinner in, God, I don't know how long. My anniversary was yesterday, and I ended up making lobster tail at home, which is never as good. But, it is what it is.
Ooh, hey. Wow.
All right. Let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to move off the pails for a second, and we're going to get real nasty. We just jumped up in AVB because we're going to drop a double IPA on the Rock and Roll Happy Hour. It's Alt 94.9. Perfect.
All right. Thank you guys for talking about all this. We appreciate it.
No, are you kidding me? Thank you.
You guys have a special place in our heart. We love you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We definitely feel the same way about you guys.
And it's funny, we were talking about your tasting room, and I think your tasting room is one of the few that I actually take my pup to, because there are so many dog-friendly people there. Normally, when I take this guy out in public, He just wants to run around and meet people. And most people don't want to be bothered. But everybody at your tasting room is such a dog fan. It's like, hey, you can have him for the next 20 minutes.
That's great to hear. We do try and really just be very dog friendly. I mean, it's kind of funny that we're more dog friendly than we are kid friendly. We don't have like.
I don't have a problem with that.
But yeah, no, it's worked out really well. I mean, we're in Carlsbad. There's a lot of dog people. We're all dog people. We all have dogs. We bring them to work every single day. So it'd be hypocritical not to
There's
allow that to happen.
probably more dogs than kids in Carlsbad at this point.
It's probably safe saying that.
All right, we got some double IPA. We get into our last segment.
All righty.
Ken, this will be the last one you
I
have.
apologize for not having my Burgeon glass, by the way. The Bagby is the closest thing I could find. It almost looks like Burgeon.
I think we're gonna have to send you some glassware, Ken.
Yeah, I don't have one of
that
those
wasn't a
cool
hint,
little.
But now that you mention it, well, shucks.
Back to both you guys. We'll take care of you. No
Oh
problem.
yeah.
Stop it.
Not that you don't have enough already, I'm sure.
I'm sure next time Ken's in the tasting room, he can pick some up and then bring it down to me.
There you go.
All right, last one. Here we go. You know, I will say, in terms of the drinkability of the beers we've had tonight, I'm feeling pretty good at this point, but not quite over the edge yet. And I use that term yet. It is the Rock and Roll Happy Hour on Alt 94.9. It's Jeremy. With me, as always, our San Diego indie beer evangelist, Ken Wright. We've got Mackenzie and Matt from Burgeon Beer Company in Carlsbad. Man, the beers we've had tonight, I'm still so focused in on subtle variants. It was our push for pails. We've had 3 different types of pale ales. A pale ale called Subtle Variants, which is a collaboration with Faction Brewing. We've had Stars Align Hazy Pale, and then started off the program with the Carlsbad Crush Mosaic Pale Ale. Each beer individually amazing on its own right, and I'm almost afraid now that we're going from pales to a double IPA. We've gone from like 5% to a whopping 8%. Why did you do this to me?
We just want to skip the IPA in general and just go straight to doubles.
Everybody's got an IPA, but how many people have a hazy double IPA? So this is Trade Bait Hazy Double IPA. I love, once again, the can art, second to none.
Pretty.
I want to know more about the name. Where did Trade Bait come from?
So that's a funny story, actually. When we first opened Burgeon, this was one of our first hazy double IPAs, and we noticed that our cans were going all over the world, and people were trading our cans, and like people loved these. They're showing up in Europe, they're showing up on the East Coast, and we were just blown away that our cans traveled that far, and everyone was trading so much. So we thought it'd be funny to actually brew a beer specifically as a trade bait to trade with other people. So that's where the name came from.
I was wondering about that, but then I saw the very fishing-esque kind of label on it. I thought there might be something different in there, a story about
there's a turtle. I like to see turtles.
Of course, Ken finds the one turtle on it. I like turtles.
I like turtles. Oh, I found a seahorse. There's a seahorse too.
Please stop him right now. When you created this beer, obviously you had something in mind that it would be a kind of a trade-worthy can. If I've got a bottle of, let's just say, 3 Floyds, whatever, what's going to make me give that up for this beer? Why did you? Why? What did you put into Trade Bait that makes me want to swap that bottle?
I mean, we just put the worst hops in it. You know, we put Mosaic, it's Nick Secret and Simcoe. That's why we actually put like the Burgeon lure. I don't know if you noticed the lure on the front is our logo.
Oh my God, no!
It's sideways.
Oh, dude, look at that! Whoa!
We're just trolling for hazy IPAs here, you know.
Nice.
Very clever use of the logo. I like that. It's something just very subtle you don't notice unless somebody points it out to you.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I found a barracuda.
I feel like we've got David Attenborough here.
Yeah, Ken will actually go through the species and genus
I found a barracuda. And look, if you look down here, that's a Garibaldi. It's the state fish of California.
That's why we have Ken on the program. This is gems of knowledge like this. Anything else on the can you'd like to
I've
point
always
out?
wondered what the rationale was.
Yeah, we brewed this one. We brought it back. It's always been a crowd favorite. It's been nice because we have been doing the to-go options in the tasting room, but we're also doing local delivery as well. So if you want, you can order everything on our website, which Mackenzie designed, and it'll show up at your house next day if you order during the week.
So is that anywhere in San Diego?
Anywhere in San Diego County, yeah. Or we're the ones delivering it, so you get to see his smiling face.
So okay, so that brings me to a great point. If we want to get your beer, what's your website?
BurgeonBeer.com.
And then if we want to keep up with everything that's going on in the tasting rooms in terms of hours, changes, because it feels like everything changes moment to moment, week to week, day to day. I imagine socials are a good place to find you guys. What are the best socials to get a hold of you? Instagram, Twitter, Facebook?
All three, actually. Instagram and Facebook probably have the most complete information. You can always find our hours updated there, and you can find them at burgeonbeer.com as well.
Now I'm feeling very good about the beers that we're consuming. And I think at that point, we should probably call that a night, don't you think, Ken?
Good night, Gracie.
That's all I needed. Mackenzie, Matt, thank you so much for these amazing brews. Go check them out. Go visit them in Carlsbad. And then sometime in 2021, maybe we'll be having a meal together at their tasting room and kitchen in Little Italy. Keep the beers
Jeremy,
coming.
it's a date right now. It's a date. Me, there.
Okay. You twist my arm, please. I'm sitting in a garage right now, sweating, drinking beer. You can't tell me that's not better than what I'm doing right now. I'll see you guys next week, 7 o'clock for the Rock and Roll Happy Hour. It is Alt 94.9.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Good drinking with you.